Hello everyone, you are watching video on Hibernate. This is the lecture number 5 of Hibernate. In this lecture we will discuss one of the Hibernate property hibernate.hbm2ddl.auto. So let us get started now. If you remember when we created the very first Hibernate program in the previous video, that was video number 4, there we created one configuration file, that is hibernate.cfg.xml file. And if you remember, we provide configuration information here so that Hibernate can prepare itself to be used in the your Java application. And one of the property that we written in it was hibernate.hbm2ddl.auto, and in that program we specified its value create, although some other values can be specified here. So now in this lecture we will try to understand exactly what is the significance of this hbm2ddl.auto property and what values can be written in it. So first thing, as the name says, hbm2ddl. So DDL, if you remember your SQL part, structured query language in your relational database, there DDL stands for data definition language. In the data definition language, some of the queries are written in your database, if you remember, like create query or drop query or alter query, or maybe your truncate query. So these queries are given in your DDL. But when it comes to the Hibernate, in the Hibernate here, how these DDL commands will be executed, that is specified using this property. So now let us discuss the values of this hbm2ddl.auto and their utilities. Here when it comes to the hbm2ddl.auto, you can specify one of the 4 properties, and those property values are create, update, validate, or create, drop. So when you give the create, what is the meaning of this? If you write the hbm2ddl.auto create, it means here Hibernate will first execute the drop queries, means the existing schema, or I should say tables, will be dropped, and then new table will be created that is given by you in your Hibernate application. When it comes to the next value, that is update, in the update what happens, any existing schema, means tables, will be validated, means your database table is according to the given Hibernate schema or not. If not, then alter command will be given by the Hibernate so that changes can be done in the existing schema. But in case the database tables are same as a Hibernate schema written by you, then nothing will happen. Now in case the given schema, or I should say tables, are not present, then in some of the Hibernate versions you will get the error, but in some of the Hibernate versions the new table will be created. Fine. So this is what about the update. Now next value you can specify is validate. In the validate, what happens, it will just validate the existing schema, means whatever table schema you have given in the Hibernate application is same as the schema that is in the database or not. If the Hibernate schema and the database schema both are not same, then error will be shown. In case same, then that particular schema will be used in your Hibernate application. Here the new tables won't be created or any alter command won't be executed by the your Hibernate. The last value we can specify is create drop. Okay, in the create drop, what will happen if the schema is already present in the database? So first the schema will be dropped, means all the tables will be dropped, and then the new table will be created according to the specified schema in Hibernate application. And then when the application ends, again the created tables or the created schema will be dropped. So this is, we can say, similar to drop, then create, and then again drop. Okay, this is create and drop. Now let us discuss all these things practically. Okay, so to discuss this hbm2ddl.auto property practically, I will use the already created Hibernate application that we created in the previous lecture, lecture number 4. If you don't know how to create that Hibernate application, you can refer to the video number 4. This was the project that we created. So expand it. Here you will get the file, CFG file in the resource folder. You open it. Okay, when you open it, just look here in this CFG file, hibernate.hbm2ddl.auto value is set to create. Okay, and as I told you, create means first drop the existing schema tables and then create the new schema according to the given schema by you. So first I will tell you what schema is given by us. For that purpose I am opening the Java bean class that is created by us, and look here in which what we did, the table name given is emp, and then the properties are and corresponding to the property column names are emp id, emp name, salary, dapt, hire date. So run the program. So open the main class in which main method is written. Run this program, but before I run it, I would like to show you the database. Just look here in the database, MySQL database. I'm giving the show tables command, and look here, there is no table present in the database, that is surge_java. This is the database that is specified by us in the CFG file. Now I'm coming back to the Eclipse. Let us run the program now. Right click, run as Java application, and just pay attention on this console window, student. Here what is written, first drop table if exist emp. It means the Hibernate is executing the drop command so that the specified emp table, okay, can be dropped, and then create command is executed so that the new emp table will be created. So this is what about the create. You come to the MySQL part and check now. Again I'm giving the show tables command in the MySQL database, and look here, emp table is created, and this table will be created according to the specified schema. Let me describe it. Describe emp, and look here, columns are emp id, department, emp name, hire date, and salary, as we have written in the bean class of our Hibernate. Fine. So here again I would like to repeat the thing. In the CFG file, suppose you give hbm2ddl.auto create, then what happens, we have seen here that first existing tables will be dropped and then new table will be created. Now let us discuss the next thing, that is update. Okay, so I am giving the hbm2ddl.auto value update now. So update is written by me here. Save the CFG file. Now come back to the MySQL. Here you drop the existing table, drop table emp, the table is dropped. If I give show command here, show tables, so there is no table in the MySQL database. And in your Hibernate project, the hbm2ddl.auto is update. Now let us run the program so that we can test it, what will happen. So you just right click here, run as Java application. Okay, and just look here, one error is shown. What is that? Table surge_java.emp does not exist. Means if the specified table, that is emp, is not present, it will throw the error. Okay, look here, error is shown, है ना, error show हो गया यहाँ पे. Fine. Now suppose the table is already present, then what will happen? So I am doing one thing here. First I will specify the create over here so that the table can be created, and then I will make it update, and then we will check what will happen. So run as Java application. So the emp table is created now. If you want to check, you can come to the MySQL and you can write here show tables, and when you describe it, okay, so all the columns are written over here. Okay, ID, department, name, hire date, and salary present. Now what, the emp table is already present, and when you specify the value for your hbm2ddl.auto is update. Okay, I'm writing update here. So now hbm2ddl.auto is update. Since the table is already present, let us check what will happen here. Let me change the value here. Now run the application. Okay, so the insert query is fired. That is because the save method is called, but the main thing is what, since the table was already present in the database, so update will do nothing. Okay, just existing table will be used. Now what I'm doing, just pay attention over here. I would like to drop one column from this table. Okay, so for that purpose I'm writing alter table emp drop column hire date. Okay, and just look here, when I describe the table, describe emp, and here in the emp table we are having only 4 columns now: emp id, department, emp name, and salary. In the bean, employee bean, we have written the emp table in which emp id column, emp name column, salary column, department column, and hire date column. Means 5 columns are there. Means you can say here in the hibernate schema, in the emp table 5 columns are there, but in the database only 4 columns are there. One hire date column is missing. Now what would happen in the CFG file? Again I will show you. hbm2ddl.auto is update. Now let us run the main class and check what will happen. Now run as a Java application. Look here, insert query is fired and the record is inserted in all the columns. Now we'll check exactly what happened over there. Okay, so here I'm coming back to the MySQL and let me describe it. And now when I describe it, look here, hire date column is created by the hibernate. So thing is what, if the table is already present but it is not according to the schema, any column is missing, so what the update will do, update will alter the table and the new column will be added over there. Fine, but suppose some extra columns are there, so table will remain as it is. Your update will not remove the extra columns, but suppose the column is missing, so the table will be altered and new column will be added there. This is what about the update. Now we'll go for the next thing, that is validate. Now as I told you about the validate, in the validate existing schema database table will be validated, means it should be same as the specified schema in your hibernate. Suppose in the hibernate you specify emp table and then some of the column names, number of columns, so the table must be same as specified over there, then the program will work. So let us test it now. When you run it, right now nothing will happen, your program will execute. Let us change the value here. So look here, the insert query is fired. It means the existing table is used. Now what I am doing, just pay attention over here. Let us suppose here in the database table, again I am describing the EMP, and suppose one column I am dropping from it. Okay, so alter table EMP drop column hire underscore date, you describe it EMP. So now the hire date is missing, and when I try to run this application, I'm changing the value, even this value is changed, and when I run it, although now the EMP table is present but not according to the schema, and the hbm2ddl strategy you have given validate. So look here what will happen now, run as Java application. So here the error is shown, okay, missing column hire date. It means the table that is present in the database must have same mechanism as written in your hibernate application. Okay, table name and the column name and number of column must be same as written in this hibernate application, otherwise that schema, this validate will show the error. Fine, just for validation of the schema. Now we are coming to the last one, that was create drop. So as I told you here, what will happen, first existing schema will be dropped, existing table will be dropped, then new table will be created, and at the end again the created table will be dropped. So this is drop, create, and drop. So let us test it now. I'm coming to the main method, let me run it now. What will happen, although the table is already present, that is not the point that table is present or not, but the execution will be done in this way. Run as Java application, and look here what happened, first table is dropped, then new table is created, then the given queries are executed, like I call the save method, so insert query is executed, and then again table is dropped. If you open the MySQL and check that the table is present or not, So show tables, when you give, there is no table here. There is no EMP table. Although it was created, data was inserted in it, and then again it is dropped. So when you write here HBM to DDL auto create drop, so this is drop, create, and again drop. Okay, so this is what we discussed over here about the HBM to DDL.auto. Thanks for watching this video.